Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're returning, if you're a new viewer, welcome. I'm on my way to 100 subscribers, so if you dig my vibe, please subscribe, okay, and like and comment, and let me know if this video resonates with you, okay? That would be much appreciated, okay? Alright, so I'm fixing to start getting some cards out here. It's a collective reading today. Okay. Alright. It's the person on your mind. Alright. Okay. We've got soul contract, differences, compromise. Alright, so I already kind of get the vibe here. This is someone who... See, because this card also says, my soul recognizes there's a sacred contract to fulfill. That's what it says on the soul contract card. And differences says, you are different from what I'm used to dating. And then compromise says, let's find a way to compromise instead of giving up on us. Okay? So I almost get the vibe that this might be somebody that you had a really intense connection with, but then tough beginning pops out. Oh my gosh, that's what I was really about to say. And it says, it's not going to be easy, but I'm willing to fight for our love. But to be honest, I don't even think that's exactly, because see, when I was getting this differences, right? See, I feel like there was some magnetic pull, right? Where there's just this knowing, like your spirits recognized each other, collective, you and this person. And I get that there were some issues in the beginning, right? At the bottom of the deck, healing. I literally was going to ask, like, what were the issues, that were making y'all have differences and make the beginning so hard to kind of get off the ground? Because I kind of get the energy like y'all were longing for the connection with each other. That's the vibe I was getting. And that's what healing came out. This person, they were not fully healed, or either you were not healed, collective. That's what I'm saying. But it does say I'm healing those parts of me I avoided for so long. So I think it could have been this person. Like, this person might have come into your life, made you feel commitment. They came into your life and they represented commitment. You probably thought this was your person. You thought this was the person for you with these two cards here. For sure. But it's just, it wasn't able to get off the ground. And I feel like y'all probably had issues compromising on things because y'all had so many differences. But the differences stemmed from this person being unhealed. That's what made the beginning so tough. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. And then I do want to clarify a little bit. Please, Holy Spirit, give me some information on what that is about there. Oop. See, that one went on the floor. Y'all gonna have to give me a second, because I like to at least have one pop. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah, communication. Something about communication is what y'all also needed to work on. And that's what I get. I feel like y'all needed to have some sort of... See, because it says this... The quote on here, I feel like it doesn't really fit the situation. It says, I'm calling you because you're the only one that captures me, right? But I feel like this is more so about that's what needed to be compromised. I think it's like you all needed to come together and really learn proper communication on healing whatever this stuff is from this person's past or your past. Like, you know what I mean? I kind of get this more of a vibe of being open and honest and vulnerable. That's the energy that I'm getting from those two cards. Like, so this might have been a problem, right? That really didn't occur in the connection, which I think is ultimately what led to it falling apart. That's what I'm getting. Right, okay. Holy Spirit, is there something I'm missing here? Is there something else I need to know about why this ended? And who is this person? Okay, we got 10 of Swords. We've got Queen of Wands. And then we have Queen of Cups, okay? And what I get here is that okay, I get kind of here the vibe of I think this is kind of amplifying on the communication, right? I think this is saying how this person didn't even want to try to appropriately communicate because they felt like it was a waste of time because I kind of get the vibe that like they thought you were like what is the word? They thought you were like too proud or like too self-assured, like, you know what I mean? Like this Queen of Wands type of energy, like they felt like it was no point of even trying to explain to you what it is that they were feeling. And then I also kind of get the vibe because see here with this Queen of Cups, I almost feel like they expected you to know how they were feeling. And that's why they weren't open and honest about, you know, everything with the communication, right? Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. And then I did have this card, Reconciliation, right? And Love Strike. And I think that, see, it says here, seeing you again reminds me that life is better with you in it. And I've been swept off my feet. What does that say? I can't read, y'all. My bad. Random, unexpected. Oh, amazing. Oh, my bad. Look, it's in cursive, y'all. Give me a break. Nobody writes in cursive anymore. So, I can't read in cursive no more either. Anyway. Okay, so I get the vibe that, you know, this person wants to reconcile because they are struck with love. But I'm not even going to lie. I kind of got that same vibe from this Queen of Wands energy here. Like, man, like this person feels like you are magnetic. That's what I get with this and this Love Strike, right? That's what I get. And with this reconciliation here, I almost feel like, yeah, this person knew that by them feeling like they couldn't talk to you about things because there was no point, or like they expected that you should have known already. I get the vibe that they know they could have done more, and that's why they want to reconcile. Okay, let's see. And I'm like, what was the issue that they were healing from, though, Holy Spirit? Like, or what were the differences? Like, I'm so confused. Like, why was they making such a big deal about this unhealed behavior, but also not speaking about it and not working on it? Like, what was this about, Holy Spirit? Give me one more, please, Holy Spirit. You can't make this stuff up, man, okay? Let me tell you how. I got King of Wands upright. This is 9 of Cups reversed. And then we got King of Swords upright. Yeah, so this right here, this is exactly what this person has issues with, right? It's like, first of all, something happened in this person's past that made this person kind of be like arrogant, kind of seem like they can't depend on anybody else but themselves, right? But then also it's kind of like, so it's like I kind of get the vibe they might have grown up without certain things or whatever, so they felt like they had to get things on their own, and they kind of became a person who is like a little superficial, or might have collected things or collected people as validation. You know what I mean? I kind of get that vibe too, because, you know, collective, depending on whoever your person is. Because from this, I almost feel like, yeah, from these two together, I almost feel like they really didn't feel like a woman or a man. They didn't really feel like that. So they almost tried to, like, fake it till they make it. You know what I mean? And the way they would do that was with, like, possessions or with people, right? And I kind of get the vibe that I think this person, like I said, I know it's something that happened to them, because see, here with this King of Swords, it's like they don't know how to, that's what I'm saying, they don't know how to communicate their feelings, like we was talking about before, and it was making issues in the connection, because they operate through logic. That's what all of this is. They operate through a logical lens. They don't know how to really get in touch with their emotions like that. That's why I was getting this vibe here, where it's like, that's why they don't even try. Because they expect that you're too, you know, they see you as so high status collective. They're like, you know, the collective ain't even going to understand, or the collective's going to reject me anyway. But then also, like I said, there's this entitlement undertone where it's like they expect you to get it. You know what I mean? Like, this crazy mother trucker. Like, hey, go heal. Your person needs to go heal. Okay? All right? But yeah, so like I'm saying, they try to fill this void with things or with people. But it's because they're trying to logic their way through their emotions, and they can't do that. And that's why things were difficult in the beginning. That's why there were a lot of differences between you. Even though I think you both felt the undertone, like, man, this is supposed to be my person. That's what I'm saying. And like I said, with this love strike card here, they know. They feel it too. They really do feel it too. But they are like, I don't know, like scared. But they're scared in a way because, like I said, it's something with their upbringing. They don't know how to feel. They just only know how to logic. Okay, Holy Spirit, let's see. Has this person worked on these toxic patterns? Like, has this person started doing the healing that they need? Because it's like, I get they want to reconcile here, but have they done the work? Like, let me get one card, please, Holy Spirit. Have they done the work? Let me tell you how I got the Hierophant in reverse, okay? Absolutely freaking no. Yeah, absolutely no. Yeah. But this person, they're thinking about it. I ain't even gonna lie. They're thinking about doing the work, but they haven't done the work yet. But I do see there's probably a shift in their belief system. That's the vibe that I'm getting. But it's not solidified yet. It's not solidified. It's still in a limbo. That's what I'm getting. But let's see. Anything else, Holy Spirit? Oh, yeah. But I'm not even gonna lie. I got the Page of Swords upright. This person right here, they are, you know, they feel called to do the work. That's the vibe I'm getting. They feel called to do the work. And that makes sense. Because we did have the reconciliation here. So, because I just wanted to see, was they doing their work, or was they just trying to come back and extract from the collective? But, like I said, they not done. They not done, collective. Whatever they got going on, they're still working on it. But I see a genuine curiosity to learn and to try to be better. But then I also see, you know, that, you know, they want to leave behind outdated beliefs, okay? And then let me tell you how Two of Wands just popped out. Yes, this person is planning on taking a risk and I think learning about themselves. learning about who they really are. Whoop. Dang, not me dropping the whole deck. Yeah, that's what I get. They're ready to take a risk, but they haven't fully done that just yet. All right, let's see. What are their current emotions towards the collective, Holy Spirit? What are their current emotions towards the collective, please, Holy Spirit? Okay. I'm sorry, I always have to shuffle. I have to shuffle before I shuffle. Okay. What are the current emotions towards the collective, please, Holy Spirit? Ooh. Ooh. Jeez. This came out fast. Okay, we got festive, upbeat, and epiphany. Okay. Yeah, we already know what that's about. Okay. We already know. You know, they feel positive, and that's what I'm saying. They're in the mood to celebrate, but I feel like it's because of this. It's because they have been struck. They have been struck with love, and they realize, right, that they want to reconcile with you, and they are trying to leave old belief systems behind. You know, they're going into an inquiring place about learning about themselves, and they're trying to get a plan together to become strategic on how they can get this reconciliation that they want. And that's what I'm saying, collective. I think that's what this epiphany is about. See, they've had some sort of awakening, right? And I almost feel like it was probably because of this love and commitment and soulmate energy that they were feeling in the beginning. Yeah, but that's what I'm getting. Like, it was just something that really kind of woke them up and made them say, you know what, I need to work on myself. Okay? Because they know it was them. I definitely see that here. But they know that you're the one. Because like I said, they felt this soul contract as well. And they feel like they can, let me tell you what just popped out while I was talking. Past life. You can't make this stuff up. Okay? What? As I'm talking about the commitment and the soul contract and how they know this is something real, let me tell you, they feel it too. They feel it too. And they are thinking about you and they are excited. All these emotions, it's like, I wonder where did this come from though, you know? Or was it always under the surface, Holy Spirit? Where did this epiphany come from? Like, what was the catalyst to this epiphany? I'm just asking because I'm nosy. Yeah, what was the catalyst to this epiphany, please, Holy Spirit? Oh, okay. I got Knight of Pentacles upright. So pretty much this person just, I feel like they're probably in a part of their life where they just wanted to be more responsible. They are in a place in their life where, you know, they're trying to get their stuff together. They want to be more practical. They want to be more organized. And I kind of get they want to be more intentional. You know what I mean? Anything else, Holy Spirit, that might have led to this epiphany energy that they have here? Yeah, okay. We got the sun. All right. Yeah. They felt they were the most happy with you. That they wanted, so see, I kind of get the vibe they might have been looking for joy in their life while they're taking on this additional responsibility or whatever, because they want to get their stuff together, but they also want to be happy and get their stuff together. And I almost get the vibe they were thinking back about what made them the most happy. And I think it was you, collective. I think it was you that made them the most happy. All right. And that's why they had this sudden thought about reconciling with you. Right. And then I got the Fool. Okay. Yes. It's like, that's what I'm saying. It is this like idealism too. Yeah. This is what led to this epiphany. Yeah. Because they want a fresh start. They want a new start. They want to be more responsible. They want to be intentional in dating. right? They think back about you and your positivity and your optimism, and they idealize you. They have been idealizing you now that the connection is gone. Okay. Whew. I didn't mean to drop those out. Sorry. All right, Holy Spirit, let's see. What are this person's next actions towards the collective? I understand that, you know, they want to reconcile, but what's their next actions, Holy Spirit? What they gonna do? What they gonna do with all of that energy? Because I see they want to reconcile. I see they had a sudden epiphany about how the collective makes them so happy. You know, I see they feel the soul contract and they know they were the problem, okay? So what is their next actions towards the collective? Please, Holy Spirit, let me get, I say 3 cards. Okay. Let me get 2 more, please, Holy Spirit. Ooh. Let me tell you. All right. A bunch of cards came out together, but we're going to keep them. We're going to keep them. All right. And I feel like this is just the arc, right? See, because the first card that came out was conflict and then beauty, right? And then we got elusive. But then nourish and freaking second chance came out together, okay? So I feel like this is really the arc. I really feel like this is the arc. Like I said, this is all about the beginning of the connection here. This is all about the miscommunication, the differences that led to the turmoil, but the lingering energy behind that was so loving that you, even though there was so much toxicity going on, collective, like you still could feel that this person's soul, like I get the vibe y'all's souls was speaking to each other, even though there was a lot of like inconsistency stuff going on and maybe dishonesty and just, you know, just stuff that was just hidden, you know, and just it was like, why can't stuff just work right? I feel it, and I know you feel it too, you know what I mean? That's the vibe, right? But I think this is what has triggered this person to go, you know, soul searching, like I said. And I do believe, yeah, this individual, collective, your person, they're going to try to ultimately try to get a second chance. You know, that's what I get. Is that right, Holy Spirit? Because that's what I'm seeing here. Yeah. Let me tell you how open heart just popped out. You cannot make this stuff up, okay? I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Yeah, because this person is doing some healing. They're doing some healing. They're going to come forward and they're going to have an open heart. Because remember, when they think about you, they think about joy. Holy Spirit, what else you got for me? Anything else? Anything else? Or is that it? No? Okay. All right. What's the outcome of the situation, please, Holy Spirit? What's the outcome? What's the outcome, Holy Spirit? What's the outcome of this situation? That's what I'm saying. Okay. We got realizations, obsessions, okay? Then we got memories. And then we got escaping. I kind of get the outcome of this situation is kind of already what we see here. Like, you know what I mean? I think this person is, like I said, the next actions, they're going to come forward with an open heart, right? And I think what they have realized here, and then let me tell you how, at the top of the deck, there's also shallow. That's what I was getting ready to say. I think this realization is about this person realizing that through their connection with you, they were avoiding themselves, and that they were being very shallow and superficial where they thought they were being logical. You know, where we remember where we spoke about that previously. They were just trying to avoid their emotions, right? And I think this is different than the reconciliation epiphany, right? This is the long-term, okay, epiphany realization that this person, they realize they have escapist tendencies, and they chase superficial connections, right? And I think that, you know, the outcome of this, whether you all continue to stay together or not, that's what I'm saying. This person, they'll never forget you. They will never forget you. That's what this is telling me here. Because they learned their biggest lessons through you. They learned their biggest lessons through you. Because remember, that's what we had up there before. The past life, commitment, soul contract. Yeah. And this person, yeah, you will ever forever. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let me tell you, perspective pop out. You will forever have a place in their heart and in their mind, okay? Because you have shifted their worldview. This connection with you has made them realize they need to leave that BS behind, whether you're with them or not. That's what I get for the outcome. I get this person will be changed. But, you know, free will, it's up to you if you want to stay with this person or not, collective. So, but I see they're willing to do the work. And they haven't started yet, or they haven't completed it yet, but they're working on it. They're curious about it. So, you know, this one kind of, let me tell you, one day, that's what I'm saying. They're working on it. Yeah. But don't wait around. You can't make this stuff on time. Don't wait around for them, collective. Don't wait around for them. Anything else, Holy Spirit? You got anything else you want to say before we get up out of here? Nah, that looks like everything. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Hopefully this resonated for you. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my posts. And if it don't apply, let it fly. Thanks for watching.